What's good, family? What's good? So, apparently, this thing with Miss Pearly from Just Pearly Things, Pearl Davis. Apparently, some people still don't understand when a racist is showing you who they are. Some people just don't understand when a racist is showing you who they are. I mean, god damn, when you hanging out with and associating with Candace Owens, and you associating and shouting out Ben Shapiro, and you doing goddamn interviews with self-proclaimed racists like Nick Fuentes. Add to that, you don't believe reparations is fair for black people. You're saying slavery was exaggerated, and we're exaggerating its effects so that we can control y'all. You're talking about people like they belong to you personally. I mean, how much more proof do you need that that's a racist young white girl? And the black people that's clinging on to her, well, they're part of that 60% that we as the black collective, the real black people, they're part of that 60% that we just gonna have to leave behind, because we can't sit around waiting for people to wake the fuck up and realize what's staring them right in the face. So they gotta be left behind. They're gonna be left behind, and inevitably they're gonna get their goddamn wake up call. I mean, do you see what's happening with Clarence Thomas right now? Now, don't no self-respecting black person love Clarence fucking Thomas. But to them, to the powers that be, he just another nigga with a robe on. But he been cooning ever since he got to the Supreme Court with his white ass wife. He been cooning, and everybody know. I mean, he one of the worst fucking bigots and racists on the Supreme Court, Clarence Thomas, the nigga. And now they coming for his ass. He just thought he thought he was accepted, I guess. But no. What do you call a nigga with $1 million? A nigga. What do you call a president that's a nigga? A nigga. What do you call a Supreme Court justice with a black robe on? A nigga with a black robe on. That's all Clarence Thomas is, was, and ever gonna be. And he getting shown that now. My thing is this: if they're gonna just fuck you over anyway, if they're gonna discriminate against you and fuck you over anyway, you might as well be true to yourself, black person. You might as well be true to yourself. And you gotta know, for your own health and safety, man, that you're black first before you anything else. You black first before you anything else. You got these two young men down here in Tennessee, Justin Pearson and Justin Jones, these two young cats that got booted out of the state legislature down there for standing up for gun for gun legislation, trying to ban these crazy ass assault weapons that people keep shooting everybody up with. They down there, protesting on the floor of the legislature, and they get all in trouble, and they get goddamn evicted, if you will, from the Tennessee state legislature. All right? They get expelled. So it was three of them. Everybody knows the story. It was three of them. It was a white woman that was with them, but she didn't get expelled. And matter of fact, I'm pretty sure the guy with the one with the straight hair, to me he looked kind of soft, but I'm gonna just leave that alone. The one with the straight hair, he's already been reinstated. I don't think they reinstated the brother with the afro yet. But my thing is this: before I ride for them two cats, I got to check their motherfucking blackness level. I mean, for real, for real. Because a lot of niggas get in trouble trying to, be rebels in the beginning, and then when they make it, they change over. A lot of them been rebels in the beginning, full of piss and vinegar in the beginning, and then when they make it, they change over because the game they play is this. If they can't kill you, you too popular for them to outright kill you. They can't throw some dirt on you. They can't buy you. They'll offer you a job. If they can't do all those things, they can't kill you, they can't throw no dirt on your name, they can't buy you, then they offer you a fucking job. Look for these two cats down the road, 10, 20, 30 years. Keep your eye on them. Shit, I'm like, if I was Afro, man, I wouldn't even go back. I wouldn't even go the fuck back to the Tennessee State House. I wouldn't go back. Fuck that. I use this to start my career as a pro-black politician. You know what I mean? I'd be fucking Barack Obama with a set of nuts. That's who I would be if I was that young 27-year-old orator right there. Because they both, you ever hear them two guys speak? It's like they took a class or something. I ain't heard nobody give a speech like that since Barack Obama. Speak like that since Barack Obama. Like they were, obviously trained to do that, but I'm just saying. So let's see where they at 20 years from now. Let's see how the interviews go. Let's see if they start talking that all lives matter shit. And start saying, instead of saying black and brown. And let's see if they stop saying white supremacy. Let's see if they stop saying that. Let's see if they really call out their state legislature for the racist motherfuckers that they are. I mean, even the white woman said that in closed-door meetings, they all crack nigger jokes and do all kind of stupid racist shit among themselves. Even the white woman said that, but it ain't like we ain't already know that. That's how white boys get down anyway. White people get down anyway. But let's see what these two brothers turn out to be when the interviews start coming and when the tough questions start to come. How do you feel about reparations? How do you feel about tangibles for our vote? How do you feel about police reform and the prison industrial complex? How do you feel about them types of things? How do you feel about income inequality and the racial wealth gap? How do you feel about those types of things? Them the kind of questions that I want answered. So we'll see what happens with them two as time goes on. But don't trust and believe. If they just turn out like Raphael Warnock and Stacey Abrams, well then fuck them. They're just going to be sellouts. They're not going to promise us anything, and they're going to be all about themselves at the end of the day. Or if they turn into some all lives matter, goddamn cookie cutter black politician, well then fuck them. We just have to wait for the next one to come along. Because these 26, 27-year-old guys, this is the generation that could take the black community, black America, in one direction or another. If all they got to do is have some fucking balls. All they got to do is have the courage of their convictions. All they got to do is believe that racism really exists and it's really out there and it's really fucking with us the way we say it is. I mean, because they got prime examples of it right there. Oh yeah, and if I'm one of them dudes, I ain't gonna never forgive any of them motherfuckers that voted to get me booted out of the legislature. I ain't gonna never forget that shit, and I ain't never forgive them for it. Politically speaking, I ain't gonna never forget them for it. So if 20 years from now I wind up in some power position and one of them fuckers walk into my office, oh well. That's how everybody else does it. That's how we got to start fighting. So we're going to see where their politics really at as time goes on. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see where their politics really at as time goes on. They might just get up there, right, get offered some position somewhere and get co-opted. You know? They might anything could happen to these two cats by the time they got damn 50. But they, 27-ish? By the time them two brothers turn 30, they are what they are going to be for the rest of their lives. If them two dudes turn 30 and then already sold out or already went full-blown coon, then they're going to be that for the rest of their life. There ain't shit you can do with either one of them. And they're going to act like they getting thrown out of the state legislature was just some kind of fluke that didn't really happen, and the people who did it wasn't really racist. And they forgive them. By the time they're 30, they are what they're going to be for the rest of their life. Believe that. If they tough, really courageous politicians that speak up for the black community, not the black and brown community. Brown people got their own fucking heroes. If they speak up for the black community, if that's what they're doing by the time they're 30, that's what their whole career going to be like. And then black people can get behind them and they can really get somewhere and, encourage more people to come up that we can actually vote for who have our best interests at heart. You feel me? So, that's that. That's that. That's what I think about them two guys. We'll see going forward. And to just backtrack just a little bit, that Pearly Things lady, stay away from that hoe and stay away from people who associate with that hoe. Because she ain't nothing but she ain't nothing but the feds. That's all she is. They always send a goddamn white operative amongst us to dilute our goddamn mission and our struggle. The blacker something is, the stronger it is. The minute you start adding white shit to it, it weakens. That's Pearly Things. The white shit that been sent into the black struggle to weaken it. I know it should sound crazy, but that's what's happening. All right? Y'all take that with you. And I'm out. Peace.